And with me right now is Henry Ike, running for 2025 Queensborough President. Henry, welcome back. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
So, what's going on here? What brings you here?
We're here at my Grand Hall, Ike's Grand Hall, when I received the call that our friend Dwayne Moore was trying to stage a community building to spread his message. I couldn't help but say, yes, I'm going to be here. I'm going to support because the man stands for positivity. He stands for unity, and we all have to support him.
Now, there's a lot of shakeup going on in the country with the Trump thing and the Biden dropping out. Where do you think this is going?
I say put all the nonsense aside and let's unite the country and begin to seek real solutions for issues that the people in Queens and in our communities are feeling today. And that's education, affordable housing, positive changes that could really affect our kids that are struggling and looking for direction. And lastly, public safety.
What do you think has happened in the last 4 years based on the policy? You know, the world is turned upside down, and now everybody thinks the temperatures that we need to change.
Yeah, when you watch the news and you see what's the temperature that's out there, you realize very quickly that we are being distracted. You're not hearing about the issues that folks at home are feeling, the pain families are feeling in our community, and we need to bring the conversation back to common sense solutions that people truly want to hear about, bottom line solutions that will solve problems and heal the pain of the people that have been going through struggles in our community for far too long. And quite frankly, I'm sick of being sick and tired of talking about this.
A lot of people think that this is the result of the last 40 years policy where the government grew so much that it basically intervened in personal lives of people. And with the Chevron deference now being overturned, what do you think the future is? Will the government become smaller? Will policy change?
That's a good question. And I'm not a politician. I'm a real estate developer, a common sense businessman that focuses on solutions. And my whole thing is, we've got a problem, there are issues. I want to focus on bringing some solutions to the people in my community first, to the people of America, bringing solutions that will heal a lot of the pains that they're facing and putting food on the table and making sure their kids have education that could compete in the workforce, bringing jobs back to our communities and that sort of thing.
So how did we get here? How did 2024 happen?
Well, that's a long question that I don't know that we're going to have enough time to go into it. But for now, I think we ought to unite our country. There's a lot going on. What is going on today is a disaster, is a mess. And it's easy to lose track of the pain that people are truly feeling at home. And so my whole thing is, right now is the time to unite the country and start focusing on fixing issues that people truly care about, not the policy and divisive situation that we're seeing every day in the media.
So how do we bring people together?
We bring people together by start focusing on talking about real issues, talking about education, how to make sure our schools are well funded so that kids can get good quality education that would allow them to compete when they graduate. Create extracurricular activities in school to keep kids in school later so that they can be off the streets. We got to work on crime. How do we fight crime, keep our streets safe so our daughters, our mothers, our neighbors can walk the streets and feel safe? And lastly, we have to talk about affordable housing. A lot of people are struggling today. We see majority of their income are being diverted into paying rent. So we got to make sure that we have situations where people can afford to pay rent right here in New York. And additionally, we can create jobs, high-paying jobs, good quality jobs that can keep them at a place where they can afford a comfortable living.
Now, I'm an immigrant. You're an immigrant as well. There's a migrant crisis going on. What are some of the thoughts on how that's being handled?
We're all immigrants, but at the end of the day, we're Americans. There's so much more that unite us than that divides us. So we have to focus on the things that unite us, the common core values, family, public safety, education. Focus on those core values and work hard to improve these things. Elect leaders that have their interests in putting the people in their district, in their community first place, and things will begin to change.
A lot of people think that all of this is done by the Blue Party, the Democrat Party. It could be done by both. We don't know behind the scenes. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't care who done it. I care about fixing it. So we'll have another time to discuss how did we get here, who broke the system, but let's fix it first. Let's get us on track. Let's put the right mechanics in place first, and then worry about how did we get here later. People are starving right now. Families at home are struggling to pay their rents, their mortgages. People are dealing with crime in their community. This migrant situation have plagued our societies, affected our quality of living, and people want real solutions. So there is going to be a discussion of how we got here, and the people that have led us down this path should be held accountable. But for right now, we need to solve the pain of people that are struggling with the deficit that our current administration has left them with.
What would you give the message to the youth, since the youth is the future of the country?
Vote. If you're not happy with the work of your elected official or what's going on in your community, get involved. Do what I'm doing. Get involved, run for office, and make a difference.
And in closing, what would you like to tell the world, your best thing, your best message that you would like to?
In closing, let us unite and fight for what's right for the community.
Thank you very much. Henry Ike, everybody. Future Queensborough President 2025.
Thank you. See you soon.